I'm not mad. Probably more my fault, but I gotta plan this out just a little bit better. Hi everybody, welcome to Sub-3 Somehow episode 1. This is the second episode in a series of episodes. I did do a midweek check-in that I'm going to keep up on, or try to keep up on, and those are going to be more of just me sharing with you different things that I'm encountering throughout the series. This last one that I released a couple of days ago was about what my marathon training sort of looks like, a little bit of an overview. And in that video, I was talking about how I was going to ease into this, that I was going to take it a little bit easy, that it's a long ways to next May. But the reality is that I am far enough away from a sub-3 that 22 weeks to train for a marathon is realistic if I want to be able to reach that goal, even though it seems really long and more than people would recommend. And pushing myself in some of my workouts seems like a bit of a risk, because there's some risk involved in marathon training, and there's more risk involved when you're going for a big goal. But I think it's all necessary. But that's not what today's about. Sort of what today's about, because today we're talking about week 1. And if I had to rate week 1 of marathon training leading to my sub-3 attempt next May on a scale of perfect to a complete disaster, I'm probably calling it messy. Messy good, but messy. All right, let's jump into Monday. So I still can't believe I'm saying this. Today is day 1. Do we call it day 1? Today is Monday, 22 weeks before my marathon next May, and sub-3 somehow. Wow, bonkers to say, but we don't have a run to do this morning to start the week. 2 days after a half marathon to see what we had in the legs. Maybe this is all a bad idea, but we're gonna do it anyways. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about the next 22 weeks. Okay, let's get ready. Let's get ready to go. My wife and daughter are already here. They beat me here. They've been doing incredible with coming to the gym. I've been trying to keep up. Knowing how later in the week I would likely have to shift my threshold workout from Tuesday to Wednesday, I decided Monday would not be the usual rest day, but all about legs. So we are out here tonight in between Christmas concerts at the school. We did one this morning. It was a wild day trying to keep the kids in their seats and paying attention. Not a whole lot of schoolwork got done today, but we had a fun day, and we got another concert tonight. I've got about 2 hours before I've got to be ready for that other concert, and all the kids come flooding back to the school with their parents. So I'm going to get out here and get my Tuesday run done. Easy run this afternoon. Yeah. Okay. I decided to find a local park and a snowy trail to test drive both my legs and the Mount Coast H1 in the snow ahead of what was now going to be Workout Wednesday. But having the chance to get out after a busy day with grade 1 and before a busy night at the concert was the perfect reset I needed.
Wouldn't be a park in a Canadian town, even a small town, without some sort of dome or something where the kids can go play hockey. Nobody's here tonight. Everybody's getting ready for the big show, but it's good to be out. Here. Santa's that way, I guess. I haven't seen him yet.
All right, so here's the situation. I have a workout to do tonight. I have to get that done. I've just driven to where I thought was probably the clearest potential spot to do this here in town, but we've been getting a little bit of snow all day for the last 24 hours, and it's just starting to snow again, and we've got a snowstorm, a snowfall warning, and it's going to get snowing pretty hard here over the next hour. So I think I need to break down and go do this on a treadmill. So I'm going to go do that. Probably means you won't see a whole lot of this from me, but yeah, things you got to do.
So this is coming right out of the gym after running that on the treadmill. That was probably a good idea because it's getting a little nasty out here. Maybe we won't even have school tomorrow. I'd miss the kids. I just said it. All right, that's gonna be it for today. Solid run. See you guys tomorrow.
Another day, another indoor run. But even though my Garmin struggles to figure out what the paces are, this really was a set it and forget it kind of run. 3 kilometers easy, 7 kilometers steady, and 5 kilometers easy. So Friday afternoon, getting home from work, I realized that I did not have any gels or any nutrition for Saturday morning. So I decided to just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I was going to run to the local running shoe store, pick up some gels, have my wife pick me up, get home, have supper with the kids, and finish up Friday night's run on the treadmill. Not ideal, but we got it done. Okay, so I kind of would have hoped I had a little bit more of an intro for the Saturday long run, but I got to get going. And not that I want to do this, but there's an outside chance that I just get 20 in this morning and do another 5 or so later on in the day. Just remembered that my son and I have a haircut this afternoon, and I need it. But he's going to squeeze in the run a little bit. All right, enough chatter. Let's get this one done. Nice and easy, 24-ish kilometers. Okay.
So I think Mother Nature is definitely going to win today. I can't imagine that I'm going to be able to pick up the pace. Conditions are just maybe a little bit too slick. I haven't seen a piece of pavement for, well, the run so far. Morning. Morning. So a really, really big wrinkle in this one, I guess I never told my wife that I was going to meet her, that I was going to pick up Dylan at the tennis center and take him to his haircut. So I do have to go home. I am going to have to split this up in two. It's going to be 2 12-kilometer, 13-kilometer runs. All right, I got to get home, showered up, and go pick him up. I'm not mad. Probably more my fault, but I got to blame this out just a little bit better. All right, so that is gonna have to be the run for this one, in 13.4 kilometers. So not a long run, and we'll get home, look at the numbers, look at the rest of the week, look at what I have time for tomorrow, and figure out what we got to change, what we decide to do. But I'm gonna do that back at the house once I get a chance to take a look at that run. Felt good though. Felt good. Mother Nature not super kind to us this week, but the weather, at least, sun shining, cold, but good. All right, enough talking. Gotta get going. Okay, so we made it out here Sunday morning. We've got 2 runs to do today, this morning and this afternoon. Now we did 2 runs yesterday. That wasn't in the plan. It was meant to be my long run, but I did have to break it up. It was fine. As we get further into the block, as we start adding in some marathon pace work during those long runs, we really got to try to make sure that I don't have to break them up, just because it starts to become, I think, more important that I try to get some of that pace in on some tired legs. So today, this morning, nice and easy, maybe half an hour around the mall here, and then we gotta get in, showered up, and open up this gym. Okay, let's get this one done. I'm feeling good. Nimbus 27s. 28s are about to come out, and I don't know if it makes sense for me to pick them up. There's so many good shoes, and I'm wondering whether the Nimbus is starting to lag behind some of those fancy new foams that we're seeing in the Max Stack stuff. All right, here we go. All right, so see if the light makes that any better. So all done, about 8.5 kilometers. So quite a bit of running to do today. So we don't know if we'll get to lifting in that. That's been a big change for me, because I used to be, even though I was training for marathons and running marathons, I used to prioritize my lifting quite a bit more. Now, it's very important, and it's not an afterthought, but getting in, here a little bit foggy, getting in more than what's needed to support my running, I try to avoid. All right, enough rambling. Sunday morning, felt good. Gonna get in, showered up very quickly, and get this gym open. And coffee, lots and lots of coffee.
So at the first of this video, I said that this week was messy, but good. And that's really probably going to describe a lot of the weeks during this training block. That one thing, it really does have me pretty excited because I feel like I really have to embrace the idea of adapting to what training I can do and finding ways to make sure I can just get what I can done and not strive for perfection. Now, the problem is, since this is such a big goal for me, perfection feels almost necessary at times. But I think if we're moving the needle forward, we have a chance. Now, overall this week, I ended up running a little bit over 99 kilometers. What's that? 62 miles maybe. Felt really, really good. My threshold run and my tempo run both run on treadmills. Mother Nature was a little bit mean, and Mother Nature will be mean over the next few months several times to me. So I've got to get a little bit used to that and adapting to that. I did have to break up my long run. I had to break up a couple of different runs that normally wouldn't be ideal to break up, but we still got the miles in, still got the job done. So, not the perfect week. It was a little bit messy, but I do think it was overall pretty good. So that's it, guys. That is episode 1 of Sub-3. Somehow, messy week, but I'm here for it. Hope you stuck around. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you are a long-time subscriber, from the bottom of my midsole, you have no idea how much I appreciate you tuning in to these videos, commenting in the comment section down below, cheering me on through this crazy process. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.